You guys hear me now? Anybody hear me? Okay. Getting tired of this shit. All right, can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me? What's going on? I can't. You guys can't hear me, right? You can. I can't hear you guys. I can't hear none of you. Huh? Oh, what the fuck? Oh man, I'm like rookie like a motherfucker, man. I'm straight rookie. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm rookie as hell. I thought I could hear all of y'all talking at once. Okay. So how do you come up though, Cerulean? How do you come up? Like, what do you do? Like, what's going on? Mm-hmm. Oh, it says invite. Huh? Okay. All right. Hold on. Um, let me play it. Wait a minute. I'm trying to get the goddamn invite to. Hold on. Let me see if I can share the screen with. Okay. All right. All right. Huh. Okay. Here it is. Copy clipboard. All right. Copy. Okay. I link in the chat. I link in the chat. Hold on. Let me get my music up here. Where the fuck is goddamn Discord? Okay. So when I'm gonna hang up. Um, One second. I'm trying to bear with me, people. I'm trying to find something here. Uh, let me see. Uh, okay. Who is in? Okay, now where is every? Where is the? Oh shit! I didn't put the. Okay, that was very. All right. God damn it. What the hell is wrong with my goddamn? Okay, people, I have to. Give me a second here. Um, how come it's not doing anything here? Like, all right, you know what, man? Let me. I can't. This is frustrating. What the hell's going on here? All right, can you guys hear me? Throw up a one if you can hear me. Somebody throw up. If anybody in the chat can hear me, hit a one. Can you hear me, Cerulean? Can anybody hear me? Can anybody hear me? Okay, good. Okay, cool. I don't hear any sound, man. What's up, Vonda? Glad you can make it over. Vonda, did I give you the? Did I mod you up? What is he doing? I can't hear anything. Okay. Let Trinity join the stream. Trinity, can you hear me? Okay, I'm not getting any feedback from you guys. Can you hear me? Uh-huh. Oh, so I'm echoing? All right. All right. Got it. Okay, I got you. How about now? I'm still echoing? Did the echo go away? How am I echoing? Wasn't echoing before. If I mute, I'll just mute my mic and you won't be able to hear me. Um, now, how about now? How about now, you guys? Okay, can you hear me? Okay, are you playing the music? I can't hear the music. Cue it up. Let's get it rolling. Let's get it popping. Mm-hmm. Huh. I guess I can't hear it. Yeah, I can't hear nothing, bro. I'm supposed to be able to hear you, right? You're in the stream. I can't hear you at all. Right, but I don't hear that either. I should be able to hear that, right? I can't hear it. Can't hear it. Can't hear it. Oh, it says view on YouTube. Maybe I should go on YouTube. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yeah, I can only hear you on the phone. I can't hear you on the stream here at all. I get nope, nope, nope. I can hear my nope. Can't hear nothing. Nope, nope. Fuck is wrong now? My mic is on. My mic is on. Nope. Back in the stream, but I can't hear nothing. Yeah, but I can't hear anything. Can you hear any? See, on my end, um, I don't hear. Hold on. Let's see. Hello? No, it's not it. Split screen. No, it's not it. No, I can't hear nothing, dog. I know, right? This is bull. Man, this got to be the worst live launch ever in the history of YouTube. This has got to be the worst. Okay, I'm testing. Yeah, it's working. If you are having issues, try restarting your browser. All right. All right. Okay.
I don't care what you do at all.
There we go.
But I'm not going to let you do anything to
Welcome
him.
everybody to the worst launch
I'm not.
in YouTube history. I am the host, Mr. Fuck Up Black.
Doing something to you.
I can hear that, sir.
Do it.
Let's get it popping, Negro.
but you're not going to stand in his. The party's over.
What makes a good
What up?
Hey, walk the line, hey, understand what makes a
All right, man, hold up. We can hear you now.
Ain't nothing wrong with this chemistry.
Ah!
Wrong with this place for me. Tell the test of pedigree.
What I love the most about the black man is
I love the way that a black man communicates.
Yeah, baby, tell me what you like.
I love the heart of a black man. It's powerful, but tender when necessary.
I love
That's
how
right.
you take care of us. I love how you take care of your children.
The bonds that you have with your mothers, I love that. Their resilience, undoubtedly resilient.
love everything about black men, from the way they walk, talk, love us, respect us. And we possess all these qualities, all while being a daily target. There's just no comparison. There's nothing like a black man.
I love the way they walk.
Motherfucking right.
I love the way they move.
Your demeanor, your spirit, just your whole swag, your passion.
You always know how to make us smile. I also think you're beautiful, so you look like dessert.
Understand what makes a good man. Tell me now.
All right. Welcome everybody to the Overdrive. Thanks for tuning in. I'm your host, Max Black. Man, what the fuck was that? Well, the hell with it, man. We on air right now, so just water under the bridge. Well, it's kind of a lot of water in this big bridge, but we'll get by it. Anyway, what's up, black people? Thanks for coming out and supporting the Maximum Overdrive. We are a affiliate of the Gray Regime. We support the Gray Faulkner Initiative 100%. Before we get started, we got to give a few shout outs. Shout out to my girl Vonda Harris in the house. My boy Chandra Cursor, my regime brother. Trinity Superpowers, of course. Lady Char was here, but she's gone now, but shout out to her. My boy Crew, if he's still in the chat. Okay. We got a good topic lined up for everybody tonight. We're going to talk about what makes a good man, and you might not, it might not come out the way you think it will come out. Maybe everything you knew about what makes a good man is wrong. We hit to set the record straight tonight. I'm supposed to have a few people on the panel, but they probably ran with all this BS going on. But anyway, I do have my brother here, my esteemed brother, Cerulean Gray, on the panel with me. We will get up into it. What's up, Cerulean?
Greetings, esteemed Max.
Well, let's get on into this thing, man. When you talk about what makes a good man, right? I'm gonna take it all the way back to when I was young, right? The optimal man was the brother who had a 40-hour work week job. He got time and a half overtime on the job. He was able to take care of a family of two, maintain an apartment and a car off of a salary of $7.50 an hour. Okay. If you was that brother, you was that brother. Every woman wanted you. Now, you had the brothers out there that had all of that money and everything, right? But they were more fantasy than reality. So the women went after the brother that was a guarantee, a guaranteed check every week, that 40-hour week brother. And that was the quintessential good black man. Now we fast forward to today. I guess 40 hours a week is hardly anything to survive off of. And we have different versions of what a good man is supposed to be. There's a lot of labels, labels like honor, labels like loyalty, labels like provider. Do these things really put pressure on a man to be at his best, in your opinion?
Indeed.
You have a initiative. It's called the Gray Faulkner Initiative, right?
Yes.
Give me in your own words, right? Does the Gray Faulkner Initiative create good black men?
Well, what are the qualities of good? Fulfilling purpose, yes. To fulfill one's purpose is a good trait. The Great Faulkner Initiative will provide that for men to have the ability, black men to have the ability to fulfill their purpose. And that is to be the uh, architect of their own destinies and the destiny of their community, forging leaders. Leadership is a quality of the good man. You see.
Let me ask you this here, Cerulean.
Yes.
Can black women hope to have all of these qualities in one man? Can a man today stand up to all of these qualities, all these attributes that a man is supposed to have in order to make him a good man? And it's a laundry list. It's honor, it's commitment, it's consistency, it's loyalty, it's being a provider, it's a protector, it's good father, good husband. There's a lot of labels there. Okay, does a man have to stand up to all of these labels, or can he just get away with a few of these labels? If so, what would those labels be?
Well, one, um, I think we should just kind of drop the labels.
Okay.
Um, so when we start stacking up these labels as if it's like a bar tab, right?
Right.
Um, what happens is that it makes it seem like there's more hurt. It makes it seem like uh, being a good man is a hurdle.
Much so. Very much so.
And it's really not. Um, because we are incubated in the biggest, baddest narcissist manufacturing plant. Um, when we think of things like leadership, which is what you hear me harping on as of late, um, men begin to think of leadership as this insurmountable hurdle that they have to get over. But when you step into the role, it actually you'll notice that it becomes easier. So you have to get used to being a leader. It's not something that well, some of us may inherently be born with latent leadership qualities, but that's not the majority. One, if you're if you're a father and you're the head of your family, that automatically qualifies you as a leader. The way I view a good man is one, provision. Provision of what? Provision entails the six basic essentials: food, clothing, shelter, education, employment, and security. You see. And when it comes to these six things, in my opinion, and I don't have very many, if you provide any of those things, I think that will make you a good man. If you provide three of those things, I think that makes you a great man. If you provide all six of those things, I think that makes you an exceptional man.
But the pushback is, okay, some brothers say it's not fair for black women to define what a good black man is, right? They tend
Mhm.
to be sensitive about women describing what a good black man is because they feel that women put a lot of unrealistic expectations on black men.
Or
Is there
what
validity to this?
you know, or what women deem as um, what they think a good man is, right? Because what they think a good man is wholly based on their needs. This corroborates what I've been saying. Women nest in the environment. So whenever they see certain qualities in men, they see certain qualities in men that they desire.
Mm-hmm.
Finds that's a good man, right? And so therefore, um, her measurement, her standard of what a good man is based on qualities she finds desirable in men.
Mm-hmm.
Um, However, in my opinion, no, you should not allow women to dictate what a good man is because it's based on what her view. And to each woman, case by case, those values and standards change. Like take for instance a woman in a strip club. To her, a good man is one who's tipping. You see,
Mm-hmm.
and the standard of manhood, we cannot allow the standard of manhood to be dropped that low. You even have males in this thing called YouTube, especially those of red pill variety, right? The red pill space. They have quantified manhood. I mean, it's even worse than what some of the women do. They have quantified what a good man is based on just having a penis.
Okay, now let me stop you there. Now
Mhm.
you brought red pill into this. Okay, now, in your opinion, this red pill ideology, right? Okay, let's just cut to the chase. Is it good for young black men to adopt this ideology? Is it healthy for them to adopt this ideology? Will it help them be leaders in the community and leaders of their family and leaders of men?
That is negative. It will not help them do any of those things. It will not actually help them be good. It will not help them strive for excellence. It does not help them oppose environment. In fact, all it does is give them a clever excuse to nest an environment. In fact, if you listen to the rhetoric, what you hear is just that, right? Women's standards are too high. Um, you know, fuck the community. It's all about me. You know, these very selfish kind of aspirations. These are not aspirations uh, typically that a leader would adopt. You see, the reason why leaders rise up is in order to lead people to something, whether it's progress to a goal. Um, for instance, just take a pack or a team of mountain climbers. Right, there is a leader amongst that group that guides the rest of the troop to the top of the mountain. The reason why is because, well, either he's just stepped up and say, "Look, I'm familiar with this mountain, so I guess I'll guide you guys up." That's a natural form of leadership. And then you have those uh, that have listened very closely to the leader who were following him. Say the leader, dies out there, or worst case scenario, um, or say is incapacitated. Someone has to pick up the slack where the leader has been incapacitated, and so those are natural forms of leadership. But the goal is to ensure that everyone gets up to the top of the mountain, right, and everyone makes it down safely. So it has a goal oriented and it's very goal oriented and very solutions based orientation. You cannot really say that these things will help you because it's not helping them solve any problems, which is one of uh, the other traits of a good man. Is a natural problem
Mhm.
solver. You see, and it doesn't. What the red pill thing does is it further sends them into isolation, which cuts them off from social interaction, limiting social interaction. And the limitation of social interaction, one, not only prevents them from being an effective leader, but it even prevents them from being an effective follower. And you cannot lead unless you have learned how to follow effectively.
Mm. One second. All right. Now, what I'm hearing from a lot of guys is this, right? They're saying that they're not being allowed to lead. They're saying that they can't lead because the obstacle in their way is the black woman. The black woman is impeding their progress. So they're saying that this knocks out their ambition, their want to, their willingness to do the very things that is expected of a man to tame his environment, to be a good leader and a provider for his family. So are these just excuses or are these real legitimate concerns?
No, these are very much excuses, right? Because let's look at the rhetoric. Let's look at the verbiage. Yes. Um, these are men that will come on to say YouTube. They'll claim that they are productive black men, that they are um, black men who have achieved. They are black men who have you know uh, garnered some kind of mastery over their own lives. And the one thing that they are missing is the ability to find a cooperative female companion, right? So then turn around and listen to the verbiage as it pertains to leadership. Um, the women won't let me lead. See, leaders do not see, let implies permission, that uh, the woman has not given them permission to lead. And there you have a critical problem. You are seeking permission from women to allow you to lead instead of just being a leader and garnering the followership. It's so interesting that it's coming from many men who are on YouTube and have generated large audiences and platforms, right?
Hmm.
They understand these very basic principles whenever it comes to, say, building a YouTube channel. They understand these principles when it comes to getting Instagram followers, Twitter followers. Um, they understand this in other social media aspects, friends on Facebook, for instance. But whenever it comes to the very real life application to do what is demanded, not what is just demanded just by your very nature of being a man, um, but doing what is necessary to lead your community. You, what they're saying is that uh, this black woman impedes that. How is she?
Right. They're saying,
How
right.
how can she possibly impede it? But yet you are saying that you are a man who has achieved, that you are a thinking black man. Thinking black men solve problems. They don't become problems. You see. So if you're telling me that um, the black woman is an impedance, why haven't you figured out a solution to that problem? Because
So here's my,
the
and here-
solution really is men standing up and becoming the leaders of their community, not asking the women for permission to lead.
but
Because
here's my problem, though, right? If they're saying that the woman, if they're saying that the black woman is an impediment, right, and she is so-called destroying the community and all, and things like that, and how can you sit here and say out of the same side of your mouth, right, that you want her to submit to you when you're not showing her any kind of leadership? All you're doing is pointing fingers at her. You're blaming her. You're not going out and straightening out the environment. It's not up to the woman to get the environment in check. It's up to the man. So it would seem that these guys with this red pill ideology have a fundamental misunderstanding about what a real man is. Would you agree?
indeed, because when you really look at what the aspect of man, the various aspects of men or man in general, uh, men have basically two functions: building and destroying. In order to build a functioning society, you have to first destroy parts of the environment to secure a safe and comfortable nest for your women to be able to facilitate their femininity, which is bearing the children. But how can she possibly destroy um, the community, right? When the only way that a woman can destroy a community is if the men in the community are doing nothing.
Yeah,
The only the only other way that a woman can destroy the community is if the men are acting like women.
right. And if she's destroying the community, then that would imply that she's your enemy, right? Because only enemies destroy, okay, things that they want to conquer, right? So if you're saying that the black woman is destroying the community and she's an impediment, then she's an enemy. Okay. So why would you look at her as an enemy when she simply is saying that, okay, she doesn't see what she believes is a good man out here. So she doesn't want to submit to what she doesn't deem is good. Okay. One of the things that they talk about a lot, one of their talking points is that the marriage rate has dropped, right? And they blame this on black women. They say that, well, nobody wants to marry black women. But maybe the black woman doesn't want to marry black men. Maybe she don't see enough black men out here good enough to marry because maybe she feel that they can't protect or provide for her. Many of these guys are like playing video games. Okay. I don't understand how you 40 some years old, all right, and you are playing video games and you don't have a job. How is a woman supposed to submit to that? Where is the security in playing video games with no real viable employment?
Well, you have to understand something as well, right? Back, back in the during Reconstruction, um, what you had was blacks had the monopoly on skilled labor, um, ushering in the impetus to immigration to offset the black population.
Mm.
Whenever we push into the industrial centers, we're the majority of the labor force until uh, basically whites thought they were missing out on something. Other immigrant groups thought that they were being disadvantaged by us as a population. And so what happened? It created the labor unions. I find it interesting that you see the red pill men. They'll say that the black woman has destroyed the community. The black woman did this and that and the third. They'll attribute, uh, say, the fall in marriage to women, and they never look at the economical side of it. Uh, Earlier, you mentioned that back in the day that a good man was measured by
Right.
and who had a job 40 hour, worked a 40-hour work week. That man, uh, get up, go to work, earn a check,
Hmm.
is able to provide for a family. That man was the shit.
Exactly. He was that nigga.
But see, the thing that decreased that man's numbers was a process called deindustrialization, which you do not hear this red pill Negro talking about. And so what happened was deindustrialization happened, exported all these jobs, put a lot of black men out of work. And as a result, there was a generation that was completely destroyed, legacy lost. Now, what's happening on the other side? On the other side, what the women are seeing is the men being economically disadvantaged. She knows that the men are being economically disadvantaged, right?
Right.
However, what the man sees is the woman being able to go to work, earn her own money, and few of them um, are incapable of doing that, right? And so what it looks like
Well,
is
they
that
see that as they see that as intimidation. If the woman is making any kind of paycheck and they're not, they see that as intimidation. The problem I have is this, when a woman is making her own money and she done worked hard to have herself an apartment and a car and a little bit of change in the bank, she takes on a man that she done pulled out of a gutter, right? And all he does is become a beast of burden on her. Okay, he doesn't respect the fact that she's trying to help him. Again, he wants to sit on the couch. He wants to play video games. I know some of these brothers who ain't had jobs in 10 years, and they're living with women who have jobs. Okay,
Yeah.
you
Yeah,
got
I mean, you have guys on YouTube right now that that have lived off of women. In fact, there's one on YouTube right now that used a woman to co-sign for a brand new car for him because
wow. Listen. Here's my thing though. How is the black woman hateful and vicious and destroying everything? Right? Is that when you're face down in the damn gutter and she has a little something, she comes by, gives you a helping hand up, okay, lets you in her home, even gives you a few dollars to go look for a job, give you a place to lay your head, take a shower, get a good meal. You got a nice woman now. You should be motivated by that. But instead, the money that she gives you to go look for jobs so you can fill applications, you take that and go buy yourself some beer and some weed and bring your buddies over to her apartment that she's paying rent for. You're not watching her television that she paid for. Okay. Y'all sitting up there getting high and playing video games in her house off the money she gave you to go job hunting. And then when she comes back and find out that you completely screwed her over and took advantage of her kindness,
now it becomes
right?
a problem. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the problem because she screams on you, right? Because you acting like a child, right? She screams on you. Now you want some, oh, well, you mistreating me. You don't respect me as the man. Well, where is the man? Where's the man there for her to respect? This is why I don't understand. Are these guys, blind, deaf, and dumb?
Indeed. Very much so. Because like when you really examine it, again, back in the day, the guy that had the 40-hour a week job, he was the shit.
Uh-huh.
Now, um, there are elements that we do not control, like the rate of inflation, deflation, stagflation, taxation. These are things that we do not control, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when deindustrialization happened, and black men who were still able to maintain their jobs and still maintain their jobs beyond deindustrialization, um, along with the rise of the cost of living, the cost of goods and services, and that rise in the cost of living and the cost of goods and services means what? It means that your dollar is buying less than what it did during the time where the 40-hour a week man was the shit. So that means your ability to provide as effectively as you did, 40, 50 years ago is just not there. And so now the 40-hour a week man turns into a nigga who ain't shit. And the reason why he turns into a nigga who ain't shit is wholly due to the fact that one, fewer and fewer black men are at work. And this is due to deindustrialization, not to the black woman, though. You see how that works? And so
Mm-hmm.
the black woman looks out into the community, to the environment, which she's inseparably tied to. What she's seeing is an oversaturation of men out of work, of men who um, are more proclimated to delving into their vices, men that put pleasure before principle, right?
Uh-huh.
And she's living in an environment where she knows that men just want access to the pussy, but they don't want to take responsibility once they've gotten it. Right? So now what that does is that makes a woman kind of reluctant to get into a relationship because one, she sees this completely saturating her environment. Now she's unsure because there are so many examples that she sees in which they're not doing what they need to do. Now she's reluctant to get into that relationship because she doesn't know if that guy is going to provide, just because of the examples that are saturating the environment.
And so that leads to the drop in the marriage rate because of that uncertainty.
Uncertainty is a real thing.
So, okay, I haven't heard any of these guys, these red pill guys, take any kind of responsibility for the part they aren't playing in this play. All I've heard was black female fuckery. The black woman did this. The black woman didn't do that. The black woman is raising effeminate males. The black woman is on welfare. She's with white zaddy and all this other nonsense, right? I don't hear any responsibility. As a matter of fact, I think that these factions that they create, like red pill, blue pill, black pill, purple pill, yellow pill, rainbow pill, whatever, right? I think those are just shields of irresponsibility, simply because they don't want to be responsible for being men. So they want to hide behind these phony factions, these phony ideologies, okay, as to draw the attention away from them being derelict in their masculinity.
Indeed. Like, one, the red pill stuff, that stuff will never work because it just, all it does is exacerbate the sickness. It's kind of like, you ever see those commercials where it says, are you suffering from migraines or something, and then they say, look, take this, this gets rid of migraines, but it gives you a whole host of second and third side effects, secondary and post-secondary side effects, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you're taking the pills to get rid of the headache, right? But in return, you're getting irritable bowel syndrome, right? You're getting itchy skin, you're getting anxiety, and then next thing you know, you're getting addiction, because now you think that every time that you have a headache, that what you actually need is this pill, but the pill is actually causing you more harm than good because it's creating more side effects. So those other side effects are being neglected, just so you can satisfy your need to get rid of a headache. But in return, your stomach lining is being compromised. Your immune system is being compromised. Your lower intestine. You got leaky bowel. You got the leaky bowel syndrome going on. So you got all of this other shit going on because you took the pill, thinking that you were getting rid of the headache while causing more problems.
So is it safe to say that these guys are trying to replace women? Because I'm sorry, this behavior seems.
No, they're not trying to see. That's the.
I'm just saying the behavior is suspect.
No, they're not.
I mean, I don't know any real men. I don't know any real men who hate women like this. Who are always constantly crying and whining about what a woman says or what a woman do. None of that even supposed to stop you. I don't even know half the things that women say because I'm busy building. I'm busy doing things. If these guys were out doing things and creating things in their environment, they wouldn't hear half the things women say to be bothered with.
Well, if you notice, they suffer from these very kind of delusional, pathologically delusional thoughts and behavioral patterns, right? One thing that they do not see is that their inaction actually exacerbates the sickness. Take for instance, when a man provides the 6 basic essentials: food, clothing, shelter, education, employment, security. You hear no complaints from the women, right?
Right.
Now, the women will complain and say, "Hey, she knows what she's supposed to be provided, right? And how does she know that? Because, well, she's looking at her competition, right? She's measuring herself by her competition. She's seeing her competition, say white women, Hispanic women, Asian women, whatever group of women, Brazilian women, what have you, their men are providing those things, right? And then she's
Mhm.
looking at this black man who's not providing those things, right? Even though he's supposed to, it's his job. You see?
Right.
So the woman, uh, even though she cannot quantify what manhood and masculinity is, she does know what provisions she's supposed to have, right? And so, therefore, a man not providing those very basic essentials, she knows that if he's not providing those 6 basic essentials, that he's inherently not a good man. Okay. Now, there might be men in the community, they might only be able to provide one of those things, right? Say the more aggressive hood type dude, right? The more aggressive hood type guy, uh, he'll stand in protection of his women, right?
Uh-huh.
Versus the guy that's in a suit, he might make 6 figures, but he's not providing the 6 basic essentials, though. She will choose the guy who protects her over the guy who has money but does nothing. She might choose the guy who protects her that has no money, that has no job, over the guy who has money, has a job, is able to provide the 6 basic essentials, but does not provide any of them. Reason why he's not providing any of them is when this is strictly on the red pill men, it's not really mutually exclusive to red pill men, is because this guy is basically saying, I want to abandon responsibility. I want to live my life of what they think is freedom. Right? They want to live this quote unquote life of freedom that what they think is freedom, what they have falsely quantified in their mind as freedom. But in their expression of freedom, again, it goes back to this thing where they can only think as far as the tips of their penis, because that freedom only leads them in between the legs of another group of women who are already being provided for. So,
You know what? You
so
should bring that up, right?
so this guy, he does not see that his inaction is a part of the reason why these women are behaving this way.
You know what? Funny you should bring that up, right? As far as women being provided for, shouldn't the black man take some kind of responsibility for other men providing for his women, such as the Asian man, the white man, and the
Indeed.
Spanish man to some extent? If you look at the white man, right, he's providing jobs, he's providing medical, he's providing housing. Okay, if you look at the Asian man, he's providing the beauty standard for the black woman. Okay, he's providing her hair, her nails. Okay, so he's taking care of that part. What is the black man doing? You got other men who are taking care of their women and your women. So if you're not doing any of it, you're not even set the standard of beauty for your own women. You're letting another race of men do that, and they're profiting off of setting the standard of beauty for your women. And you want to know why your women are in those stores, okay? And they're willing to. Some of them are willing to, risk life and limb, okay, to patronize those stores. Why? Well, he set the standard of beauty for them. Not only is he setting it for them, he's providing the things so she can stay pretty and beautiful. And so all you're doing over here is calling her all kinds of names, saying she's fat, saying she's masculine, calling her a park ape, and all these other things. That Asian man isn't calling her that, at least not in her face anyway. So how do you think other races of men look at us, right, when they see us as men who can't provide for their women because they are providing for our women? as well as their own women.
Well, I mean, you really look at it. I mean, it's quite shameful, right? As a matter of fact, their inaction only makes it easier for other groups. When you really look at it, their inaction
So,
only makes it
how do you
easier for
think
other
other
groups.
races of men look at us, right?
Chaos
When they
meets
see
their
us
extreme.
as men who can't provide for their women.
Crew, use your stream. Uh, in fact, their inaction only makes it easier for non-black groups of men, competing groups of men, to incentivize our women just by their inaction. See, they
Right.
cannot complain about black women patronizing the Asian store, and the reason why is because they are not in the beauty supply business.
No, they're not.
And the reason I'm saying that is because if you want to criticize the black woman about patronizing the Asian supply store, you need to get the men together so you can get into the beauty supply business and monopolize it. Now, if you do that and they still shop at the Asian store, then you can blame the women. However, you won't do that because in their minds, this is part of their rhetoric. They don't deserve any of that. You see? So what is it? It's basically an excuse to remain derelict. And then the dereliction, next thing they just like they say, another man's trash is what? One man's trash is another man's treasure. So because you treated her like trash, what this Asian man do? He saw treasure, and he's getting treasure in the form of dollars from your woman
Right.
because you saying that she doesn't deserve any of these things. She knows what she's supposed to be what she's supposed to be provided. You're not providing those things. You don't want to provide those things. You look at other groups of women as better. And so what do? You take your money, you go to other groups of women, prop up another group of women who are already provided for. And then we wonder why we get treated the way that we get treated by competing groups of men whenever we want to get into business, right? They lock you out. Why do they lock you out? Well, they want to lock you out because they want to keep getting your black woman's dollar.
Right.
And
You know what?
but you won't affect any kind of policy, economic or otherwise, to get control of the things that your women consume.
But here's another thing too, right? You can't get mad at the black woman, right? Because you've allowed her to go out, right, and create relationships with foreign men, simply because you lack what it takes to provide for her. Okay? These other men have means. They're able to provide for black women. Okay, and so she's created relationships with them. I hear black men talking about, well, some black men went up to the Asian salon and they stood out there and they boycotted it, right? And the black woman started screaming on him because she wanted to get back in. What the hell? Yeah. You stand. That's her other boyfriend. He's been providing for her. He's taking care of her beauty. He's taking care of her nails. He's telling her that she looks pretty. That's her other boyfriend. I always said that the black woman has three men: the black man, the white man, and the Asian man. All three of them are her boyfriends.
And that sounds like one of those old. I mean, that sounds like one of those bad old cultural jokes, right?
Yeah.
A black man, white man.
But you look at it, right? Right. So you want to go. So you want to go over to the Asian salon. Her other boyfriend done had a falling out. Okay. You go over there talking about, hey man, you ain't going to this bit. They don't want to hear that shit. You getting in between her and her other man. So what? They had a lover spat. Okay. You saw him kissing and making up when he dropped the prices on those weaves and hairdos, right? That's a kiss and makeup, right?
Yeah, it's the quintessential, right? Like, take for instance, back in the day, right? If you ever say like Archie Bunker or The Odd Couple or any of that, Powell right in the kisser, right? Next thing you know, he's bringing her flowers or he's bringing her some kind of it's kind of like a silent apology. I know I fucked up.
Yeah, yeah, baby. I know I fucked up. You know, I ain't mean to push you
that's
like that.
basically
You
what
know
the
what I'm
Asian
saying?
man is
You know,
doing, right?
I'm
He's
gonna give you half off on this weed tomorrow and all week, and I'm
yeah,
gonna
giving
some
half
good
off,
girl.
giving half off on the weave is
Yeah,
the equivalent to, you know, there's some flowers and some candies and it kind of.
right. And so now your derelict ass. Wait a minute. So now your derelict ass goes up and talking about something. I'm gonna do something for the black woman. Nigga, what the fuck are you talking about? You haven't done shit. All you're doing is getting in her way. She's supposed to all of a sudden. First of all, she's been asking you to protect her for what, years, right? She's been asking you to respect her for years. Okay? She's been standing by your side for years. Okay? All you've done is call her all kinds of fucking names, put her on blast in front of the goddamn world. Okay? Make up some stupid ass goddamn theme called black female fuckery and don't want to fucking look at your own goddamn faults and shit, right? And now you mad because she over here fucking with her other boyfriend, which is the Asian man? And now you want to go take your ass over there because you jealous and shit? Thinking that you fucking doing something? Nigga, get the fuck out of here. You ain't doing shit. All you did was go over there and get the fucking way. Okay? Because if you were really about it, she wouldn't be over there in the first place.
Yeah, I mean, if you were really about it, the operative thing to do, right? If you're really about it, the operative thing to do is to get your dollars together, right? Get organized in a body of men, get the dollars together, and start monopolizing the beauty supply industry, right?
And one more thing. I don't want to hear nothing about why she going over there. Nigga, it's your fault she over there.
Yeah.
You want to blame somebody, blame yourself.
Yeah, which we in the Negro male community, we have a problem with that. We have a problem taking responsibility for our inaction. You see, we like to say, "Well, the black woman took welfare, pushed us out of the house." It's like, well, why is she accepting welfare? Why don't you have a welfare program for her?
You don't have any places you don't have any places that you built where she could be gainfully employed, so she need money. She got to take care of her children. She got to take care of herself.
But see, here's the cold thing about it, right? Uh, During Reconstruction, shortly after Reconstruction, uh, black folk accumulated around this is like 50, was it 15 million acres of land or something like that. All of those things were taken away, stolen really, through unsavory means, through really skullduggerous style tactics. The group of men that took the shit away, what they really took away is our ability to lay down legacy, right? Generational wealth. That's the primary problem in the black community. The lack of wealth, resources, and opportunity. Understand, 15 million acres of land, that's a lot of resources. That's a lot of wealth, generational and otherwise. And that's a lot of opportunity. Opportunity to do what? To provide the six basic essentials: food, clothing, education, employment, security. Now, here we are in the new era, in the 21st century. Instead of facing down the competing group of men who stole it from us, now we want to blame the women for surviving in the environment, uh, which is this new environment that is now crafted, right? And here comes along, I mean, leader after leader that we've had have been laying down the method by which we can regain control. And every single one of them would agree, including myself, whether it is Delbert Blair, whether it is J.A. Roger, whether it is Neely Fuller Jr., whether it's Amos Wilson, whether it's Francis Cress Welsing, whether it is Claude Anderson, who all agree that the only way we could get the fuck up out of this shithole rut that we've been in is having an organized group of men, a well organized, well cohesive group of men. which is the very thing, that this red pill ideology is preventing. Red pill ideology basically says, individual, um, fuck everybody else. Get your money, fly across the world, have sex with whoever you want. This is basically an extension of the free love era that succeeded the civil rights movement. They have equated sexual access with freedom. It has allowed them to place pleasure before principle, and the lack of principle, right, has created this willful neglect that is pervasive in black society, willful neglect of the community. And as a result, the community has declined. It has fallen into dilapidation and decay. Not only physical dilapidation and decay, but the moral dilapidation and decay. Not only the moral dilapidation and decay, but you have the mental dilapidation and decay. Because listen to what the rhetoric is saying. I don't have to be a leader of my community. You even had some that have gone so far as to say we don't even need leaders.
Wow.
How insane is that? That is evidence of moral and mental decay. No other group of people say these things. We don't need leaders. But the Negro in this society, seeing every other competing group of men not only saying that they need leaders, but manufacturing those leaders, not only manufacturing those leaders, but financially supporting those leaders.
Huh.
And all those leaders do is give guidance on where the group is supposed to be headed to. So the Asian man says, look, we can prop up our society and our posterity by offering goods and services to non-Asians. Right? He sees no problem in that. You won't do it. You won't offer the goods and services to your own women. But the Asian man says, hey, I found a jewel here in black society. I found a group of people who have very low self-esteem. The men are practically infants mentally, boys. They avoid leadership, whereas in their society, they jump at the opportunity to become a leader.
The rite of passage.
Whereas in black society, what we have is blackness saying, I don't want to be a leader. Kind of like the Toys R Us kid commercial. I don't want to grow up. I'm a Toys R Us kid. There's many toys from Toys R Us.
This is why I don't understand. Like, as a man, right? I mean, I've always relied on myself. I mean, I was taught to rely on myself. And when I fail at something, right, I look within myself. I don't blame other people, right? I don't understand as a man, how do you sit up here day in and day out and blame people that don't have anything to do with your own failure? Black women don't have anything to do with your failure. So how do you look at yourself in the mirror every day, knowing that this woman is not the catalyst of your failure, but you want to blame her anyway because you're not man enough to do the things that you need to be successful and compete with other competing groups of men? How?
You're right. There's no excuse for it.
I mean, are these guys that just cool with being nobodies? How the fuck are you okay with just being a nobody? And you call yourself a man. I wonder if I always wondered if any of these guys, or most of them anyway, do they own a tool belt?
Very few.
Do they do manly things around the house? Do they know how to hang a door or fix a window seal? Do they know how to lay some sheetrock or fix the porch? Or do they know how to do any manly duties? Can they perform any manly duties? Do they even know how to use any tools? I mean, the way these guys talk, I'm starting to wonder if they know how to do anything that a man is expected to do.
Wait, they don't know how to do those things because in their minds, women, black women, haven't permitted them to, haven't allowed them to.
Wow, that's insane. That's insane. I mean, how do you sit here and wow.
I mean, they'll get a flat tire and use their girl's credit card to, or her AAA card, because they don't want to get their nails dirty or something.
Yeah, guys can't change a tire. They don't know how to. They can't jump a car. You can't do things that. I heard one guy said that why should he go to check on the bump in the night? What? I don't. How? This is what's getting me right. When these guys say these crazy ass things, the males that are in the chat room listening to them, right, and they're co-signing. What the hell has happened to black men? To where we have men openly saying and proudly saying, why should I go down and check the bump in the night? Why
Hey,
can't
hey, that's why they smashing the Park Apes, because she like that nigga in the bed ain't shit. At least you was brave enough to come break in this house. This nigga scared of his own house.
so you're telling me that you want respect, right? As a man, you want the woman to submit to you, but as soon as you hear a bump in the night, you're gonna hide behind her. You're gonna lay down in the fetal position and pray that you don't get hurt. How is she supposed to respect that? How's she supposed to submit to that? Well, fuck, if she got to defend herself, the fuck she needs you there for? You can get the hell out. I don't get it. Fuck wrong with these niggas? Shout out to Asada Muhammad, my girl. Shout out would make you mad, but this StreamYard thing I'm not used to yet. So I got to next week when I do my next broadcast on Thursday nights, I should have it all together and I'll be able to mod everybody up. Okay, Asada. Shout out to my girl. And who else is in the chat? Vonda. I think I got you already. Yeah, crew, I gotta get yours too. Hooded one. Best of luck, Max. What's up, Hooded one? What's going on, man? Okay. Yeah, everybody. We got another show coming up next week called The Black Superwoman. That's gonna get a lot of cats triggered. And I'll give you guys a preview of that. Not now, but probably like in another day or so. I'll throw out a quick preview of that. But yeah, Cerulean.
Indeed.
So, getting back to this shit here, right? With these guys, what do black women? What should black women? What should we tell black women to do with these red pill Negroes?
Avoid them at all cost. See, because what they're trying to do is they're trying to use an old psychological.
What up, Chaos?
They're trying to use an old psychological manipulation to manipulate the women into compliance. And that old psychological manipulation is the same type of psychological manipulation that you've seen in Popeye the Sailor Man.
But wait a minute, how are you manipulating anything? First of all, you don't have any what, what manipulation. You think the black woman don't see what you're doing? I mean, it's obvious everybody can see what you're doing. You're derelict in your masculinity. You seem to be almost jealous of the black woman, like you want what she has. You know, some of these guys are acting as if they mad that a black woman can be taken care of and don't have to pay her way. Some of these guys seem to be resenting her for that.
Well, if you're
Yeah.
what it is the old psychological manipulation. If you've ever seen Popeye the Sailor Man, right?
Uh-huh.
There was a character in Popeye the Sailor Man called Wimpy. You remember?
Yeah.
Yeah. Wimpy
Yeah.
J. Wellington. I remember Wimpy J. Wellington. He would always ask for a burger.
Wimpy.
Yeah. He would always ask for a burger today for $1 tomorrow. Right? What these Negroes are basically telling the women
Uh-huh.
is that they will gladly give them leadership and provision tomorrow for submission today.
The devil is a lie.
And let's be clear. In this case, Wimpy would be Dusty, right? Dusty Wimpy.
Oh yes, you know, because the reality is the red pill Negro has nothing but dust for you anyway.
You got nothing but dust for you,
Baby, you already know.
got nothing but dust.
Got to add to it, Max. They ain't got nothing but dust.
Dusty Wimpy at your service, ladies.
Yeah, it is the game filled with dust. Wimpy
Yeah.
Wimpy goes up to the burger.
The game of dust.
Yeah, Wimpy goes up to the burger stand, right? He says, I'll gladly give you $1 tomorrow for a burger today. He's conning the burger guy out of his burger, but never brings $1. You see? What this guy, you know, this red pill Negro is doing, right? Is he saying, I will gladly give you provision tomorrow for submission today?
You
And
know
in some,
One
in
second,
some,
1 second, Cerulean. Vonda Harris, that is an excellent point. Where can black women sign up to be taken care of? I'm going to do a whole stream on that. Thank you, Vonda.
might want to add that into your notes there, Max.
Yeah, I'm going to do a whole stream. That's a blockbuster. I'm going to lose my mind on that topic. Where can black women sign up to be taken care of? Thank you, Vonda.
You're
That's
gonna
gonna
have
be my
women running to the
third
polls.
Huh?
You're gonna have women running to the polls.
Yeah. We're gonna do that. That's gonna be the one right after the black superwoman. That's gonna be the next one, Vonda. Thank you, sweetheart. Continue, Commander.
I mean, you listen. I mean, you listen to it. I'm not going to provide anything for a woman that's not submissive. I'm not going to provide anything for a woman that's not feminine, right?
Yeah, but doesn't that sound like doesn't sound like sassy and shit? Like fucking sassy.
It's even worse than that, though, because when you examine what they're saying, right, for a woman who's not feminine, right, that is a dog whistle. All you have to do is take away the rest of it and just say, I'm not going to provide. That's all they're saying. All of the other shit is inconsequential. What you're saying, I'm not going to provide. That's what all of those statements have in common. I'm not going to defend any woman that don't deserve to be defended. Again, take out the suffix, leave the prefix. The prefix is I'm not going to provide, I'm not going to defend, I'm not going to do any of those things.
Dusty.
Yeah, that's dusty. But you know what the Trinity? That's sassy dust.
Sparkly dust.
Yeah. So the worst thing in a dusty nigga is a sassy dusty nigga.
Shimmery ass dust.
Yeah. A sugar in the tank, sassy, dusty nigga. Niggas,
Oh man.
niggas is sassy with they dust. Yeah, that little comic
So
relief there.
so
Speak, Trinity.
yesterday when you were talking about the topic, I wrote down 6 points. I can say them now and be like,
Yes.
okay. So what I consider a good man to be, my 6 points or whatever. Number one, a good man can provide and maintain a structured household without abusing his leadership position. Number two, a good man is a man who is disciplined and consistent, not driven by lust or impulsive behaviors. Number three, a good man is one who can recognize the strengths and weaknesses in each member of his household and help them to develop their strengths while also strengthening their weaknesses. Number four, a good man is a man who can push past mental stagnation, self loathing, and exhaustion to do what is necessary to protect himself, to protect and provide for himself, his family, and lastly, his community. Number five, a good man understands that he holds the power to abuse and hurt those weaker than him, but he chooses not to, and instead he defends those who cannot defend themselves. Number six, a good man understands that protection needed is not merely just physical. However, protection includes, but is not limited to, environmental, emotional, spiritual, financial, psychological, and political. And this is my idea of what a good man is.
That sounds like the traits of a soldier. Those are the traits of a soldier.
Yeah, I was about to say that sounds like almost a war hero. You know, like that's pretty much what the Great Falk Initiative embodies. Those type of men. That's a very deliberate man. That's a point. That's a uniformed man. That's a man that's that lives by code. So Trinity, is it safe to say that you like military men?
I think I might.
Hmm. That's the man that lives by code. You won't you can get by these you won't find that in these dusty niggas over talking about black female fuckery. Hell no. That's interesting though. We sit up here and we say, these labels, right? All these attributes, are they too much, right? But really, they're not. They're really supposed to be natural, right, Commander? They should come natural to us as men.
Yes.
We
Once
shouldn't have to worry,
upon a
right?
time, see the what's happening now is you're seeing a bit of a you're seeing a major culture change, right? Once upon a time, those type of men were abundant in the environment.
They were.
That's the reason why you look back prior to 1965. That's the reason why marriage was higher. Okay, was because those men were so abundant within our society.
I know. I came out of that era. I've been married now for 18 years, going on 19. A lot of successful marriages came out of that era. That's because we were made from the rough stuff. We didn't blame black women for shit. We just went out and got shit done. We didn't let these things stop us. And we had, back then, We had hardcore feminism in our face. What they don't understand, Commander, is that the feminism back then was much tougher than it is now. Now, you know, they're kind of sophisticated and spread out, but back then, they were hardcore.
Yeah.
You know, and the feminist women back then were vicious. You didn't even let that stop us.
Yeah.
Hey, Cerulean,
Yes.
I come to more of an understanding about why you say the civil rights era.
Yeah.
The Negroes after that, they start falling off because so yeah, we were derelict and we fell onto the plantation, right? From there, we still survived. We got out of it, right? And it, you know, policy and all of that and this, that. But we got out of the plantation, right? And still kept fighting. So things kind of slightly got better and better. But then when the civil rights movement, everybody got complacent. It's like it seems they got complacent, like, yeah, like you said, we've arrived or something.
Yeah. Yeah, we got lazy. That's what happened.
I don't think they got complacent and said that we arrived. I think that they found a scapegoat. Okay? They got together and said, hey, listen, this white man, he's not playing any games. Okay? Let's turn our anger on black women since we can't stand up against him, since we can't compete with him. You know, let's go compete with our women. So now you got men competing with women. You got men comparing themselves with women. I heard guys, man, a couple of months ago, about a panel of about 4 or 5 guys sat up there and talked about weave and makeup, hair and nails. Where they do that at? Since when do men give a damn? First of all, that's women's business. What business is that of yours? What are you doing up there worrying about what a woman is wearing in her head or whatever? I come out of an era where black women wore wigs. Okay? Everybody, mama and grandmama wore a wig. I used to be able to go to the store and pick up 4 or 5 wigs for the other women in the neighborhood. I used to make good money doing that. Nobody gave a damn back then. Men didn't give a damn about that. Shouldn't give a damn about it now. The weave and the makeup don't make the woman. So what is your concern about whether she's wearing weave or makeup or whatever? Women like to look pretty. These motherfuckers, oh, well, you know, she wearing makeup. So what?
Hey, these niggas fucking the women with the makeup and the weave, right?
Yeah.
So obviously that's what they like.
I mean, would you like it if she started calling you a coward because you're afraid of the white man? Okay, if you can't stand up to the white man, then she can wear her weave. How about that? You want to stop wearing weave, right? Then go out there and confront that white man. Go deal with that white man.
But you know, the white man's not like the white supremacy is not a castle that we can just all go line up and go raid. Yeah, but even if it were, you could send a small team of specials, or you could send us, you know, come up with a plan and do it, which is what we're doing now. But yeah, not say, oh, well, we can't just defeat it. No, it does take time. It does take strategy, but to not even try, no, that's bullshit.
When you aren't doing anything to protect her, you aren't doing anything to provide for her, you're not going out there fighting for her, you're not going out there creating anything for her, you are in no position to make any kind of demands. You're in no position. And then on top of that, you're behind enemy lines attacking your own woman. What are you, some kind of idiot? You behind enemy lines attacking your own woman. And you out here telling everybody how you don't like her, how you say that she's undesirable, how she's masculine, she's overweight, all the other races of men hear that. So when they see these so-called masculine black women who become prominent in sports and entertainment, right, with these large purse strings, right, they marry them. And now you don't lost an opportunity, right, to have some purse revenue in that community because you think she's masculine. There should be no reason why Serena Williams is married to a white dude. No reason whatsoever.
Hey, well, Max.
Especially,
Oh, my bad.
especially when she went after black men first. There should be no reason why neither one of those sisters are married to a white dude.
Hey, Max, if I may.
Hmm.
It's like, so if a girl come to my crib for protection, or you know what I mean, to be safe, chill out, whatever, whatever. But yet I leave the door unlocked, or I'm asleep, or incapable of stopping the neighbors from coming and abusing her, right? And then I go start yelling at her for getting abused. Now, that's basically what they're doing. You It's like blaming the victim because you didn't protect them when you said you were going to protect them.
Wait a minute. When did they say they were going to protect them? I haven't heard that. All I've heard is, I'm not going to protect a woman that don't belong to me.
Well,
I'm
I
going
mean, it would be assumed if you want them to come over to your spot and it's your spot. I
to.
mean, you're a man, like protection would be assumed, wouldn't it, as a man?
Nah,
Like,
come on, cool.
no,
Come on,
no,
cool.
Max. Say I come to Jersey and you say, "Hey, Ray, I got the guest room for you," and then I wake up in the morning, my wallet's empty. Hey, Ray, you should protect it yourself. Well, Max, I thought I was at your crib. You feel me?
True.
And then you go blaming me for not watching my wallet, not putting my wallet under my pillow in your crib, in your guest room. You feel me? Like,
Yeah.
what the hell is that?
I'm still trying to figure out where they get the ability to make all of these demands when they haven't provided anything. They don't have a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out. So where do you get off with all of these demands? You're not doing anything about anything except getting on fucking YouTube talking about red pills and blue pills and MGTOWs and all this other BS.
They piss out the front door, so nobody wants to come there anyway because it smells like piss at the front door. So nobody knocks, and then they get mad because nobody knocks.
I don't see any live streams about building infrastructure or establishing anything in the community, any kind of institutions that may yield some financial prosperity. I don't hear any of those conversations. All I hear is conversations about getting pussy, black female fuckery. The women won't let them do this. The women won't let them do that. If they're not doing that, then they're thinking that there's some kind of fictional comic book character.
Well, much of what I hear, though, even if what I do hear about the finances, and economy and policy and all of that is, there's nothing we can do about it. It's already set. There's no pushback to it. And it's like, well, I guess they thought that in 1785, 1865, 90 years later, they had to think again. But people think that the way things are is how it's got to be all the time, and things are always evolving.
Hey, Cerulean.
Yes.
I want to go back to a comment that Cynthia made in your last live stream.
Yes.
Where she said a brother told her that there was no need to build any institutions of our own because there were plenty of institutions already built.
That
I mean, that's crazy as hell. I mean, what is that not an excuse not to do anything?
It is,
because that's what it sounded to me. Sound like to me.
It is. It is a clever excuse.
Thank you, Vonda, sweetheart. Love you, baby. Go ahead, Julian.
It's a very clever excuse because it's saying that everything's already built, so we don't have to do anything else. That is that's indicative of the post civil rights era mindset.
Chaos.
Yes, man. Let me mute myself. Give me a second. So you just open me up. I was waiting for the blue light to come on. 1 second. Yes, man.
I see why you thought it was me, Cerulean, the first time. Which it was. I mean, why you thought it was him the first time. My bad. I apologize.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you're saying that, well, we don't need to build any institutions of our own. We don't need to build any schools. We don't need to commandeer any of these schools that are already ran down. We don't have to do nothing to protect our children from these poisonous vaccines that seem to be driving them mentally crazy, because we already have institutions, the very same institutions that are destroying our children, locking up our men, okay, and redlining us still out of homes and and owning properties. So why not? Since we're already getting our ass kicked, why not? Let's continue to get our asses kicked further. Let's not do anything at all. That's what I heard from that statement.
Yeah, what you're saying is that it's worse than that because the statement implies the intent to neglect, right? It implies.
Well, let me. My bad.
It implies intent. It says we don't have to do these things because other competing groups of men are already doing them. We don't have to do anything because other groups of men will do it in our stead, in our absence. See how that works?
I hear background noise.
That was me, my bad. Go ahead.
Oh, let me get real quick. So mostly they're crying about because they can't get laid, right? But the girl want to stay over their crib or whatever, or sleeping in. No, you can't sleep in my bed. It's plenty beds out here. But then they're mad because they're doing what they're doing with the guy they're sleeping in the bed with. But they don't have a bed to provide for the girl for them to do what they want to do. It's nonsense. It's all nonsense. It's utter nonsense.
Utterly.
So my whole issue is, okay, so you're going to stay on YouTube every day and you're never going to run out of energy saying bad things about black women. So in the meantime, infrastructure is being built around you, right? You're being gentrified, okay? You're going to be run out of your home at some point because they're going to commandeer where you live and they're going to raise the taxes, and they know that you can't afford it, and they're going to drive you out while you're, it's going to happen in the middle of one of your live streams while you're talking about black female fuckery. You're going to get a notice.
Oh shit.
Yeah. You're going to get a notice saying that the rent has just been raised by 200%. Pay it or get the fuck out. Is that the black woman's fault too?
And well, you know what they do? They'll say, "Okay, I'll just move."
Yeah, I'll just go to a third world country.
Then I want you over here.
That's what they're saying.
Wait, this is what I don't understand about these niggas, man. You think you're just gonna go into another country where a foreign man, has built that country up. He's busted his ass, right, to provide everything in that country for his women and children and for his way of life. You think that he's going to just allow you to come over there, right, fuck with his women and do all kinds of BS over there without putting his foot in your ass? These niggas don't think. You're going to another country where a foreign man has built from the ground up that you had nothing to do with, and has provided for his women and children since day one. You think he's gonna take kindly of your derelict ass coming over there, spreading this fucking this immature disease
Mhm.
of and to quote my boy DeAndre from Japan, ain't shitness.
Hey, but think about it. Why they go travel up outside this country and to mess with other so-called women that's not even the top of the top, lower women? They feel they accomplished something, you know? Because it always goes back. It boils back to sex at the end of the day, Max. They're not really building squat, but just to mess with the bed. Nothing more, nothing less.
But they don't understand that this is a flawed mentality. Because all you're going to do is take your dysfunction to another country. You have to fix your dysfunction first. Cynthia said that these type of black men, when they lay with other races of women, right? Those women start to become single mothers.
Yeah. And that was alarming. Because think about this, brothers. How is it you say, okay, there's 70% wedlock in the black community, right? But they go outside this community and create even greater wedlock with their little dysfunctional behavior. So really, if it comes out, it's not really women's issue. It's usually these niggas, these men.
So you're gonna take your game on the road, right?
That's what it
is. Your game, you've made a career out of losing. Okay. So wait a minute. I've had enough of losing here in my country. Let me go lose in another country.
Yeah.
Okay, I got something for them. Since they're prospering and they're going about their business and providing for their children and having fun and eating ice cream cones and going to the amusement park, enjoying life, let me come over there and show them what I'm about. I'm about losing. So as soon as I come to that airport, I'm gonna let you know loud and clear, what is your name? My name is Joe Blow Loser.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm here to lose. You have a problem with that?
They'll take your no good, scrawny ass back, say, get the fuck back in that plane, go back to your fucking country with your women.
How dare you talk to me like that, sir? Don't you know I am a loser? How respect?
I don't give a fuck if you're a loser. Go back, mate, to your other country.
I was told that losers get treated like kings over here.
No kingship here, man. We take care of our women. I don't know about you, no good loser, man.
Yeah. I could do something you can't do.
What's that, mate?
I could teach them how to lose.
You better get this play before I beat your ass in the club, boy. I'll be worse than them cops do in America.
You're just jealous because you're not a loser like me.
And then I begin saying, the club start banging at. And after we come out your blood, they throw you back in the plane.
Hold on, man. Nice. Hey, Trinity, how are you?
Hi, how are you?
Hey, baby, I'm a loser. You want to go out with me?
Does that come with a green card?
It comes with a card with a big L on it.
Man, think about it. I got $100 to give you. You know what I'm saying? We take your clothes off, sweetie. Does it come with a green card? No green card.
Well, I guess since my family's really poor and we live in a hut, I have no other choice. Would you like my little 3-year-old sister to come with me?
Sure. America is still illegal to screw underage chicks, but over here it's cool. So yeah, bring her, come too.
Oh, that's awesome. I mean, we do everything over here because of poverty, but whatever.
Hey,
I have a question. When was the last time you washed your feet?
It's been a couple of years.
What other thing, Miss Young Trini? Do y'all guys do everything sexually? Okay,
I'm sorry?
You do everything sexually? Now here I heard stories up here. You know what I'm saying?
Listen. Don't ask, don't tell. That's our policy here.
Oh, wonderful. Deal. Come on, baby. Let's go.
But I'm gonna get that green card though, right?
Um,
No. It's the L card.
It's the L card. So that means I'm never gonna make it. Oh.
Well, don't worry about it. If you play cards right, I'll take you back as I'm going back home.
Hold on, Trinity. Don't forget to tell them that you have males in your family that actually stand on their shit, and they'll come for you if you let me down.
Well, you're just gonna have to find that out.
Oh, so really? You got brothers? How many brothers you have?
Hey, shout out to Chandra Kersey. He says, okay, PSA to all derelicts, if you ran your hands as much as you ran your mouth, maybe you have some work to show. Hoorah!
Hoorah!
hey, but Trinity, we can go get a bite to eat. I got this nice burrito or this rice and beans for you.
Hey, wait a minute, dude. Wait.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Are you trying to be more of a loser than me? I got a problem with that.
A loser?
Yeah.
But loser run in my family.
Yeah.
My mom's.
Yeah, Max was offering me a gyro.
It runs in my family too.
Bet you can't top that.
Yes, I can.
I'll one up it with a bagel.
Oh, I'll do anything for a bagel.
No, don't worry, baby. Listen, I get you a brisket with some gravy on it.
Oh no, that's too fancy for me.
Oh, come on, girl. You know you want it. You look starving, girl.
You never had Taco Bell, let alone.
No.
Hey, I can offer you a wrapper that had a sandwich in it that I have already eaten.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shit. I can do something better to this loser.
That's a real loser.
You know what? I could probably line my roof with it. That's gonna help a lot. I'm going with Max.
Damn it,
Gotta
loser.
go with
Max. You took my Bonfoot chick away from me. Man. Now I gotta go find another chick. Matter of fact, I'm gonna hook up with your sister. Come here, baby. I give you the same thing to your sister.
Oh God. Oh, but don't worry because you're never gonna make it back home anyway because our men don't like you.
What's gonna happen? What, they gonna beat me up or something?
I don't know. You're just probably gonna end up on the news.
For real?
As a missing persons, yeah, probably.
So they cut up people for real?
I don't know.
No, they're just forever looking for their passports.
Well, let's get back on the topic here.
All right, cool.
Getting ready to wrap it up a little bit more. Got to work in the morning. So what have we accomplished tonight? Did we provide any kind of solutions there, Commander? Have we given our women something to think about?
Yeah. I mean, also that's a bit of a disclaimer because we also have to understand that a good man, after all, is still a man. It's human. He's not above reproach. He's not perfect. All humans are inherently flawed. Right? However, on the flip side of that, understand something. If he does not provide any of the 6 basic essentials, that is not a flaw. That is intentional. Intentional dereliction. If he does not provide any of them. See.
Let me say this. When we were in Taz's stream, and shout out to Taz and Nyla and the whole B1 network. When we was over in their stream, when we talked to a man called himself Chicago Rilla. Remember him?
Indeed.
You know, one of the things he talked about where he seemed to have pride, right? Talked about being a pimp, right? Talked about big pimping and little pimping. And, you know, this is the problem in our communities with our young men who develop this type of mindset. These guys who are womanizers, like pimps, who abuse women, who womanize women, they are somehow being glorified and looked up as viable men, leaders and pillars in the community.
They are
When
not.
a pimp, when a pimp is looked at as someone to look up to in your community, then you have failed as leaders in your community. You sadly failed.
Yes.
And the fact that we have young men walking around here thinking it's cool to be a pimp is pathetic and it's shameful on our part as black men. Just wanted to say that. All right, we're getting ready to close it down here. Anybody got any thing they want to say to put a exclamation point on this stream here? Even though it was hell and high water getting started, we did get through it.
The only thing I would say for the message for the young men, 18 and going up, while you're in this journey of manhood, always try to find purpose to not only better yourself, but to really improve as a man. I mean, I know sometimes you growing into the society, and maybe some of y'all have not grown up with fathers. It still doesn't give you no excuse to really be what they call derelict in your duties as a man. It's going to take work, and most likely you're going to spend most of your life in this journey. But know this: you're not alone. Always find other men that's doing some respectful thing, not only in their lives but to the community, if possible, and learn from them and start from there. Contribute any way you can. Thank you. Oh, and my premiere will be hosting on Friday evening, so be on the lookout.
Hoorah, hoorah. Trinity, any last words, sweetheart, before we get out of here?
Yes, I'd like to say to the ladies that there's no way really to tell in the beginning stages if a man is truly good or if he's pretending to get the draws. But one way you can help protect yourself is to not lead with your hormones and to keep your legs closed. I know it sounds old school, but I think the ladies should be waiting until they get married, or having something substantial. So if you do get ghosted by a Dusty who scammed you out of your pussy, that you at least you have a home to cry in or something. Just don't be out here giving away all of your jewels and risking your emotional stability for just a guy that's passing by just using you to fulfill some sexual fantasy. That's all.
Sassy Dusty at that, Trinity. True.
Sassy Dusty with glitter.
True, give us the last word so we can get on out of here.
Yep. Yeah, I agree with everything that was just said. Shout out to you for getting this stream together.
Yeah,
and I appreciate you having me on here. I look forward to more of this maximum masculinity.
No doubt.
I know a few people gonna be mad, but they'll get used to the savagery. I mean, shit, they're trying to submit to they won't fight against the other people's savagery. Let's see if they fight against our own savagery.
I hear you. Commander.
Indeed. I have nothing.
I have nothing. All right, everybody. Thank you for tuning into the first live stream of the Maximum Overdrive. I appreciate everybody tuning in with us. You could have been somewhere else, but chose to be with us tonight, and I really appreciate that. We got another stream coming up next Thursday titled The Black Superwoman, and that will for sure get some people triggered. We're going to try to uplift our women because we're sick and tired of all this BS, and negativity that's being shot their way. So we decide that we are going to do something about it. But anyway, thank you for tuning in. And with that, I'd like to say,
Oh, don't forget the gaming, Max. My bad.
Oh yeah, we got the gaming channels coming up. We got the Great Regime Gaming coming up. So if anybody into gaming, check out our gaming Great Regime Gaming channels. Any game you want to play, just let us know. We'll let you come on, let's play your game and have some fun. All right.
Mhm.
And I'd like to say in closing, always remember this: the power is in the black, and the black is in the people, and therein lies the power. All right, everybody. Peace out. I'm Max.
Tell me now and show me how to understand what makes a good man. Tell me now and walk the line and understand what makes a good man. Ain't nothing wrong with this chemistry. Ain't nothing wrong with this place on me. In time to tell the test of pedigree. Experience is another one made for me to tell me now and show me how to understand what makes a good man. To tell me now and walk the line and understand what makes a good man. Good man. Now I'm tired of sweating from blood and dirt. I'm tired of sweating for what it's worth. 'Cause lines get drawn and lines get kicked and blurred. Indelible is what I need to spread the word and tell me now and show me how to understand what makes a good man. To tell me now and walk the line